Hey there, Virgo. Welcome to your reading for the week of, I keep forgetting to check, I don't know, it's like the 24th or something like that. It'll be in the title. It doesn't matter, right? But we are going to just jump right in here, Virgo, and we are going to see what is going on in your general energies in this first row. Every single person has had the tower. I don't know. I'm sick and tired of talking about it, so I feel like everybody's going to get the tower for the next, several years, constantly in readings. It just doesn't surprise me. Next, we're going to look at anything unexpected that could be coming in for you in this row right here. And then in your next row, we're going to look at anything that could be coming towards you. So anything that is entering into your life. I'm using the Coffee Cup Oracle, by the way. That's what this deck is here. This is also the Wheel of the Year Tarot. Everybody asks about this one too. And then finally, we're going to look at any messages from your future self. It actually looks like a pretty good week, and it's kind of funny because everybody has had some sort of card of luck or good things coming in this last row with from the future self. So I like that. On top of that, we're also going to be pulling 5 main themes that you could be dealing with this week at the end as well. You start with this caution card and this idealism card, so I would be careful with that tower, even though everyone has had the tower. The idealism card obviously can represent kind of thinking that a situation is going to be better than it actually is. And I don't think this means that you shouldn't enter into a new situation. You have the Knight of Cups here, so it could be like a love situation. But you also have the Moon, which could be a fantasy. So, as I always say, we have Neptune and Pisces right now. I would say one of my biggest problems with Neptune and Pisces is the fantasy side of things. Like if you're getting into a relationship, for example, especially if it's something like long distance, for example, then, there's too much fantasy. It needs to be brought back. It needs to be brought down to reality, period. Point blank, plain and simple. So it basically says that if you're entering into something long distance, then obviously you're going to have to meet the person. Obviously, you're going to have to travel. So I would set things in stone. Again, that's how we work with the energy. Again, tarot, astrology, not a prison sentence, right? We pay attention to the energy so we can work with it. And again, to work with this energy, I would just say make sure you're putting in dates to make something solid. This could also be like a dream that you have. You have the Tower, the Knight of Cups, and the Moon. So the Knight of Cups, sometimes he's looking into that cup and he is imagining a future goal, wish, or dream. And what I would say here is take the first steps. Is there one little step that you could take right now, right after this video? I challenge you, right? Is there one thing that you could do right after this video that would get you moving closer to your goal? I think that's what you need to be cautious of, is not, setting something in stone. And again, I don't think you have to do anything crazy or big. I think you just need to do something small. Like I said, just your first step, or, just getting something, put into the universe, basically. You do have the Tower again. I think we're going to be seeing a lot of Tower moments. Again, in the mid-monthly readings, every single person had the Tower in the October mid-monthly readings, which makes sense that it's coming up now. So, I don't know. I think we're going to be seeing a lot of global Tower moments and stuff and collapses and, all sorts of exciting things like that. But it's probably for the best. I think we're moving to a much better world after after this. You have the Moon here. The Moon is mysteries, of course. But, again, I feel like the Moon is kind of saying that something exists in fantasy land right now, and it needs to be brought back down. It needs to be brought down to earth. It needs to be brought into reality. This, for a lot of you, for some of you, I should say, this could be love. For others, just looking around at all the cards here, it's something that you're working on, something that could provide a lot of freedom. Sometimes I think freedom is scary, right? And that's what I feel in this the third row over, which is what's coming towards you. You have this Horse card, which says freedom on it. And so there's something that could provide a lot of freedom. But again, with freedom comes responsibility. So that could be the scary part. Let's see. With the Tower, you have the Six of Swords. Definitely, there is an element of moving on from a Tower moment as well. Six of Swords. You have the Nine of Swords with the Eight of Cups. So this is you're walking away from something. But look, you go to the Nine of Pentacles. So maybe you experienced a Tower moment in the recent past or recently, and I feel like you're healing from it. So it might not be that big of a deal, right? With the Knight of Cups, you have the Seven of Swords. I would definitely be careful of anyone who seems like a liar, cheater, stealer. Again, this could be a past person trying to come back as well. And this reading would basically be saying, do you want to repeat the same old mistake again? The same old mistake with whoever this was. I feel this could be warning you against that. But the Seven of Swords can also represent doing things differently. he's stealing those swords from an army that's in the background here so that they can't be used against him in battle the next day. So it can be a card of like doing something like going to a war, which could be you like starting a business or, working on a side project in a different way. With the moon, you have the justice card. Yeah, just the first step. Justice is like if you're afraid to get started. I've been saying all year that justice, I think, is the answer to like the next 10 years, really. But, justice is cause and effect. If you put energy into something, do you get energy back? I think there is just this like indecisive energy that exists around us right now. And, what I would say is that I think the solution to the indecisive energy is just to try something. And I know that sounds obvious, but I don't think it is. And this could be like if you want to start a business, maybe you're not sure what to do. Just try anything. Just try something. If it doesn't work, try something else. If you get energy back, like I said, justice, keep moving in that direction. So I really feel we have to like trust the evidence of what is working in our life. You have this next in the area of the unexpected. You have this seer card. It says follow your intuition. You also have this king. It says authority and diplomacy. I feel for some of you, you could be becoming an authority. Like if you're working towards like getting a degree, or if you're working on starting a business or even starting a YouTube channel or something, I feel you could be gaining authority. I do feel you need to follow your intuition because your intuition is telling you something right here. You have the Nine of Swords, Eight of Cups, Queen of Cups, and the Fool. I feel Queen of Cups is your heart. So the Queen of Cups can represent your heart telling you to do something. I feel like this right here is your intuition telling you to do something. So you have the Nine of Swords, which is like repeating a nightmare. It's like going to bed, having a nightmare, waking up, being stuck in a nightmare. Eight of Cups is like knowing that you have to walk away. And for some of you, I feel that you've already done this and maybe you're questioning yourself. But look, you go to the Nine of Pentacles, which is like focusing on yourself, focusing on your own abundance at this time. And there's a person in the background of this Nine of Pentacles. So I feel once you do this, if you're walking away from a personal love, you're going to be finding new love very quickly, obviously. You have the Queen of Cups here. Queen of Cups, she really values her emotions, and this has been coming up quite a bit recently, and I do feel the universe is asking pretty much everyone to really pay attention to how things make you feel. Again, and trust the Justice card. If something mostly makes you feel bad, then it's probably not for you. If something mostly makes you feel good, then move towards that, whatever that thing is, and put more time, effort, and energy into that. Again, I think we're just in a game of stacking energy on the right side of the scale at this time. Pretty much everyone is. And so I would be putting energy into the things that give energy back to you. You have the Fool here, and the Fool is like taking a leap of faith. Again, like I said, I feel sometimes, people always say it's like obvious that you should be putting energy into things at work. I'm like, yeah, but okay, like why do I get so many questions about exes coming back? Clearly didn't work, right? I'm sure I'll get an angry comment on this video. How dare you say don't go back to your ex? Sometimes it does work. I'm like, yeah, sometimes it works, but most of the time it doesn't. So, it's like people constantly focus on what doesn't work, right? We're actually more addicted to the negative. Why do you think the news is so negative? Because it works. And we shouldn't be paying attention to it, right? So I feel that this is saying focus on the things that you can control. Focus on jumping and putting your energy into things that do work. I really honestly don't think there's anything unexpected coming in for you this week. Again, I read intuitively, and yeah, I split these rows up to mean different things, but I'm also not going to make something up just to make it fit. So I really don't think there's anything unexpected coming in for you this week. With the Nine of Swords and the Eight of Cups, you have the Five of Wands. I feel like you're conflicted about walking away from something, but your intuition told you to do this, So if you walked away, I really feel you need to trust it. It's like you're moving towards something much, much better. Maybe you don't see it yet clearly because you have the moon. The moon sometimes can cloud our vision, so we might walk away from something, then we start feeling sad, that person's not there to support us, and then we're like, oh, maybe I should go back. I feel like this is saying, no, don't do it. You know that this is a nightmare, so I feel you should walk away or keep walking away. Some of you might be thinking about leaving something else behind, and I feel that you should. Like, if you're thinking about going from one job to another, I would go for it. I feel like there's much better opportunity, clearly, with that Nine of Pentacles. But it feels a little scary because, and again, I think it's just the uncertainty of what's coming. With the Queen of Cups, you have the Chariot. Again, a victory. And look, he's moving away from a city that is in the background here. So he's moving away from something that is established in his life. Maybe he grew up there, but now he's leaving. He's going on his own adventure. And he has stars up here, and he's got moons on his shoulders here. Kind of represents as above, so below energy. So it's kind of like he is trusting the universe. The star and the moons represent the universe, but he's also trusting his own intentions. He's putting out the intentions for a bigger, brighter future. Right here, Nine of Pentacles, Three of Wands, more expansion, growth in your life like you've never seen before, right here. So, don't be afraid to move away from something here, Virgo. With the Fool, you have the Page of Wands. Like, everything in this row is about an adventure. Even the Five of Wands. I call the Five of Wands Indiana Jones. To me, it's a card of, like, going on some sort of crazy adventure in your life and finding treasure, So I feel a lot of you are about to go on an adventure, the adventure of a lifetime, and you're about to discover some treasure, which we see right here in the next row. For what's coming towards you, you have this moose. I love it. I haven't even seen this card yet. It says acceptance and eccentric on it. You also have this horse, which says freedom in action. So I feel like you need to realize the eccentric thing. It's kind of weird because there's an eccentricity card in this deck here, the Oracle of the Radiant Sun. This deck here is the Coffee Cup Oracle, but this eccentric card has been coming up for a lot of people. And really what I feel like it's referring to is the fact that a lot of us could be working on things that aren't conventional. We could be working on projects that aren't traditional. We could be moving our lives in directions that, again, aren't conventional or traditional. We're entering into the age of Aquarius. Aquarius is not normal. I'm an Aquarius rising. I'm not normal, right? So what I would say here is I feel that we need to move in unconventional directions. And a lot of you could be doing things that kind of like go against your family beliefs, or, maybe your family says go to college, become a doctor, blah, blah, blah. But maybe you want to become something else. That's what is going on right now. But again, I also feel you have this freedom in action card. So I feel like you're building a lot of momentum with this horse energy. And, that's exactly what I would be doing. You have the Nine of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Six of Wands. A lot of success coming in for you here. Six of Wands is about being cheered on, being proven right. So again, adventure of a lifetime that leads to you being proven right here, Virgo. So don't be afraid to kind of like go off on your own path, and it is a new path, Ace of Pentacles. The thing about the Ace of Pentacles is it's meant to represent like a really big opportunity entering into your life. The problem is it's just an opportunity. You have to take advantage of it. Normally there's a garden on the front of the Ace of Pentacles, and it kind of represents something that needs to be taken care of, like a garden. So again, I get tons of comments from people that are always like, you said this was coming, you said this was happening. I'm like, I never say anything's happening. I actually make it a point. I'm like the only reader that makes it a point that you have to actually do the work. This isn't magic. These are just pieces of paper with pictures on them. That's all they are. They can't make anything happen for you. They can't make anything good come into your life. You have to go get these opportunities. I don't know where this mindset of things just magically appearing in front of you comes from, but doesn't exist, right? So you're going to have to get out there and find it. But if you take care of it, it's going to lead to a lot of abundance and a lot of success. You have the Nine of Pentacles here. You can see that they're growing grapes, and even on the traditional Nine of Pentacles, they're growing grapes. Grapes in the tarot represent something that is challenging or difficult to grow. So yes, it's going to require some skill. But the Nine of Pentacles kind of represents a skill that you already have. And it says that you are skilled at something, and you could be getting a lot of abundance because of it. You could be becoming very independent because of it. So I feel that there is a focus on your independence, but also freedom. And again, freedom is scary. So, I feel like for some of you, it's like, obviously, if you, like, here's what I mean by that. If you quit your job and you start a business, for example, that seems a little bit scary because maybe your job provides health insurance. Maybe the job seems secure, right? But a business, you never know what could happen. You're responsible for everything. So if it fails, then, something bad could happen. But again, I feel for a lot of you that moving towards freedom is exactly what needs to happen. With that Nine of Pentacles, you have the Page of Cups. I'm telling you right now as well, if you're like, I almost feel, I don't like saying this because I think it's like super cliche to say, but I almost feel like you're passing a test from the universe here, Virgo, where you chose to walk away from a person who just wasn't investing with you, or, I actually don't really see a problem here other than the Seven of Swords, but let's put it this way. Something wasn't right. I feel like maybe you felt like it was idealistic with that idealistic card or whatever that's called, right? What is it called? Idealism. And so maybe you feel like you were idealizing the relationship, or they were, both of you, or whatever. And I feel you kind of passed the test and new love is entering into your life. Something that actually is ideal for you, right? Something that actually fits into your life. With the Ace of Pentacles, you have the Seven of Cups. Yeah, kind of interesting because I feel with the Ace of Pentacles, you just need to pick one thing and focus on it. Seven of Cups is about being spoiled for choice. Personally, I like the Seven of Cups if you focus. That's the way that I read the Seven of Cups. It's like if you pick one cup in your life, which could be something like a goal, wish, or dream, and you treat it like a garden, like the Ace of Pentacles, you do everything you can to take care of it. If you do that, you will be very successful. So that's what I would do. With the Six of Wands, you have the Hangman. Again, something you've been waiting for is entering into your life. But like I feel like you've been waiting for it, but I also feel you've been working for it. You know, the Hangman, he's put himself in Hangman mode, and he's done this to gain enlightenment. But I kind of feel with that Nine of Pentacles, again, that what's coming in for you is something that you've worked for, but I also feel you've been waiting for it at the same time. It's kind of like sometimes I think we work towards something and we work towards it for so long that it's almost like when it shows up, we're like, we can't believe it. I kind of feel that could be happening to some of you, and it could be anything. For some of you, I feel it could be love for sure. Maybe even working towards it for so long. When you finally get it, it's kind of surprising. It could also be money as well. Next, in the area of, what is this? Oh yeah, messages from your future self. You have this 4-leaf clover. It says, great, good fortune, love this. And you have this chair empty. Someone is leaving your life, which we already know about. So, but guess what? There's a chair there for someone else to fill. So I don't think it really matters if something is leaving your life. It's almost like you're making space in your life for something much better to enter. There's nothing really wrong with that, Virgo. I feel like there's something much better coming in for you. You have the Three of Wands, the Eight of Swords, and the Eight of Wands here. The Three of Wands kind of says that maybe something has left your life. I feel like your future self is saying this, that something left your life so that you could expand. We are in a time of great expansion, and I always talk about this, how, I feel like we could be. It's almost like the energy is expanding, and I feel like we need to fill the space. It's like there's all this space that is expanding around us, and it's just waiting for people to fill it with, creations, their own energy, happiness, joy, whatever you want to fill it with. And that's exactly what I feel like you should be doing here with the Three of Wands. The Eight of Swords is like self-imposed restriction. I would ask you, what are you holding yourself back from? I almost feel like there's something you want to say. I would say for those of you that maybe you have a YouTube channel or something like that. It's like there's something you want to talk about. There's something that you want to expose is what I feel here intuitively. For others, I just feel this is kind of like maybe you have something inside of you that needs to come out. Like maybe you have a book inside of you. Maybe you have a piece of art inside of you. Something needs to be revealed here. I don't know. It's kind of weird. That's not really what the Eight of Swords represents, but I don't know. I feel like if you do it, it's going to lead to a quick success. You have the Eight of Wands here. So don't be afraid to share things at this time. With the Eight of Wands, don't be afraid to reveal things. I also feel there's good news coming in for you. And again, if you're releasing a person, I don't think that's true for all of you. Obviously, people always ask me, and I always forget to say, obviously, if you're in a solid relationship, stay in the relationship. If it's solid, it's fine. This message isn't for you. Take what resonates, leave the rest. But if you're not, and if you've left something, I kind of feel like there's communication from a new person coming in for you. I'm not really picking up on a sign here. You do have water, earth, but I don't know, nothing is really jumping out at me. And again, I don't make stuff up. So, if I'm not feeling it, I'm not feeling it. It's just that simple. With the Three of Wands, you have the Three of Pentacles. Teamwork makes the dream work. I always say that, it's my belief that we're entering into a time of co-creation. So anything you can do to work with other people is going to be very beneficial. I would also say that, again, I think people don't realize that when you put, if you have some knowledge inside of you and you share it on YouTube, for example, then you're co-creating with other people because they're benefiting from something that you created. So, there's a million ways we can co-create that maybe don't even involve working with other people. So don't be afraid to kind of put something out into the world. With the Eight of Swords, you have the Queen of Swords. I almost feel like you're seeing the future. I never get that message on the Queen of Swords, but, she finally sees things clearly. The clouds are only halfway up her body, and when we put her on the table, she's off into the future. So I kind of feel like you're seeing the future here. With the Eight of Wands, you have the Devil. It could be a Capricorn coming in for some of you, but I would also say I would be careful of communication from the past, from this past person. You might need to draw some boundaries here, block a person or whatever, but pretty good reading here, Virgo. I definitely like where this is going. So I feel like you're going in the right direction. Don't be afraid of freedom. We are going to pull 5 main themes for you now. You have this horseshoe card. It says good luck. Obviously, your whole entire reading, you know, you had that great good fortune or whatever that was called. So there could be a lot of luck coming in for you. I feel like the luck is going to be, you know, chariot. You're like moving in a new direction. Maybe you're leaving something behind that is established in your life, which I feel a lot of people are doing right now, but it's going to be good for you. You have this door. It says opportunities are waiting for you. Ace of Pentacles, right? I feel there are some big opportunities waiting for you, but again, they're just opportunities that just have potential. Again, potential means nothing unless we make it happen, right? Unless we put the work in and we kind of work with the potential. So, you know, I feel like for some of you, it's like you need to work with something here. You have this jug. It says lighthearted, carefree time. So I feel that friendship, socializing, Three of Pentacles here. You know, Three of Pentacles, Three of Wands. These are Six of Wands as well. You know, these can be cards. Eight of Wands. Forgot about that one. These can be great cards of socializing, spending time with other people, you know, doing things that you enjoy in life. I would be careful of your words here. You have that caution card, by the way. That caution card at the beginning is Mercury in Virgo, Mercury in your sign, basically. I would just be careful of what you say. It also might just be a good time to say nothing. Right? When you're spending time with friends, it might be a good time to just allow people to talk to you. You might get some good information from it. You have this dragon card. It says, beware of self-delusion. We already talked about this with the idealism card. You know, it's hard to be honest with yourself at this time. You know, again, I struggle with this, right? With Neptune and Pisces, that, you know, we could be idealizing situations. And so what do we do? Well, what I would say is we pay attention to justice. Again, I've been saying that I think justice is the answer to the next like 10 years or so, meaning that can you honestly say to yourself, if you put energy into something, you're getting energy out of it, right? Every single situation that I've idealized over the past few years since Neptune's been in Pisces, it's like I pour a bunch of energy in, I get nothing back. So, you know, again, I think that's how you get over that dragon energy that we see right there. You also have this shield card. It says you need to defend yourself. I actually don't think you have to defend yourself here, but I do feel this is saying that, again, I would watch your words at this time, definitely popping into my head, especially with that caution card. And you might want to block someone if you have someone from the past who kind of, you know, just waste your time or whatever. But other than that, damn. Like I said, I feel like saying the adventure of a lifetime or something coming in for you here. So love it. Looks amazing. But thank you for being here, Virgo. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your Sun, Moon, and Rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. But thank you, and definitely enjoy your week.